The purpose of this video is to demonstrate the programming of the character set into the AT24C02 EEPROM that's installed on the KeyEasy 4017 Chaser encoder. I just want to start with showing what the programmer will look like on a breadboard. Of course, this is the EEPROM. This is Arduino Pro Mini. This is an FT232RL serial adapter that connects to the Pro Mini. And you can see there isn't very much with this build. It doesn't take long to put it together. Okay. Next thing I want to go over real quick is the EEPROM IC chip itself. It's an 8-pin chip. Pins 1, 2, and 3 are the addressing pins. 4 is the ground on the power supply end. The serial data on pin 5, that's for the I2C bus. That connects to A4 on the Arduino. Pin 6 is the serial clock on the I2C bus, and that connects to A5 on the Arduino. This is the write protect pin. I'll go over that in a minute or so. And pin 8 is the +5 power supply pin. Okay. Alright. So we'll go here. Okay, this is a close-up look of the breadboard. Of course, this is the EEPROM. Pins 1, 2, 3, and 4. For now, for all purposes, they just connect to ground. This is the ground power rail. This is the +5 power rail. So all of these first 4 pins, 1 through 4, just connect to ground. These are the two 10K pull-up resistors for the I2C bus. They connect to the +5 power rail. This is the write protect pin that I just talked about. That gets tied to ground, so we can program the EEPROM. If it's connected to the +5 rail, it's in the write protect mode, so you cannot write to this EEPROM. So that's why we're connected to ground, because we want to write to it. And of course, this pin 8 is the +5 power supply pin. Okay. And I want to bring a few of these up here. Let me see here what we got. I want to bring that one up. I want to bring up the function, and I want to bring up this one here. Okay, before you download any Arduino code, you have to build a file structure so it has somewhere to go. So for those that are not familiar with how to build a file structure for the Arduino, I'll go over it real quick here. In your documents folder, you want to build a Arduino projects folder. You can call it anything you want, but I call it the Arduino projects folder. And then within that folder, you want to create a keypad burn EEPROM write folder. Okay. And when you download the 2 Arduino files, those files are going to be put into this keypad burn EEPROM write folder. Notice that this folder has to be the same name as this file. Okay, otherwise the Arduino will not launch these 2 files. Okay, I'll get out of here once, and I'll go to this one. Okay, so here you can see, here are the 2 files that you would download. And here's the documents folder. Here's the keypad burn EEPROM write folder that you created. And these 2 files are placed into this folder. Okay, it's as simple as that. Alright, now when you launch the Arduino IDE, you can see that the 2 files are here. Okay, these are actually folders in the IDE. These are called folders, and these files, I guess, would reside within those folders. this folder here is a function folder. So when this folder here calls on this folder here, this folder here will execute the code to write to the EEPROM. Okay, so this folder calls on this folder. It's kind of like subroutines, if anybody's familiar with some programming terminology. Okay, but they're called functions in the Arduino IDE. Okay. All right, I'll move on here. All right, this is the keypad, what the keypad PCB board will look like, and we went over this earlier in the other video, I believe. These are the actual tactile switches. Okay, and these numbers here, this 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, this is actually the EEPROM addresses. So each key has its own EEPROM address location, and that address location is where we're going to load the character, so that this key will correspond to a certain character. Okay, and let me get here now. Let's see where we're at here. We're going to need this one, and what I'm going to do now is we had this one up. Okay, I'm going to bring up the ASCII table. That's the one I want. Okay, in the earlier video we talked about the ASCII table, so I'm just going to review it real quick. Everything is based off the ASCII table. These are the characters, of course. These are the lowercase alphabetic characters, and we'll be programming these decimal values into the EEPROM locations for the individual push button. Okay. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug my Arduino in. It goes into the USB port, and I'm going to be using the Arduino Chrome serial monitor for this. Okay, and these are pretty nice because you don't have to launch the Arduino IDE if you just want to monitor, or you want to load some values into your Arduino. And let's see if we can connect. We press the connect button here. Okay, and now we're connected. You see it says connect over here. Alright, so it's asking us, it says enter an EEPROM address location to store character. Okay, so let's again say we want to store the lowercase a into EEPROM address 10. Okay, so we got to enter a location where we want to put a. So we're going to put 10 in there, and we're going to send that down to the Arduino. Okay, it says that we entered address 10, and now it's asking us for the decimal value of the character that we want to store in that address. So A has a decimal value on the ASCII table of 97. So we're going to put 97 in there. Okay, and we're going to send that down to the Arduino. Now you can see it read back that we entered the ASCII code decimal value of 97. It converted it to a character lowercase a. It wrote it to the EEPROM, and to make sure it got there, we're reading it back from the EEPROM. So we're going to read back from address location 10 a value of 97, so we know that it made it down to the EEPROM. Let's do another one. Let's do something over on this side. Let's do an E. Okay, E is going to go into EEPROM address location 50. Okay, so we're going to put 50 in here. Okay, and we're going to send that down to the Arduino. Now it's going to ask us what decimal value do we want to enter. So E has a value of 101. Okay, so we're going to put 101 for the decimal value, and we're going to send that down to the Arduino. Okay. Alright, so same thing again. We entered a value of 101 it read it back as character E, sent it to the EEPROM, read it back from the EEPROM, location 50 in the EEPROM has a value of 101. Okay, and I'll do one more. All right, let's do something on this side. Let's do a number. Okay, number 2. Okay, it goes in address location 80. Okay, so we'll put 80 in here. Okay, now we'll send that down to the Arduino. Okay, again, it's asking us what decimal value do we want to store in that EEPROM address location 80. Well, the number 2 has a decimal value on the ASCII table of 50, so we're going to put 50 in here. Okay, and we'll send that down to the Arduino. Okay, and there it is. Okay, we entered a decimal value of 50. It read it back as character 2, sent it to the EEPROM, read it back from the EEPROM. It read it from address location 80. It read a decimal value of 50. Okay, so everything seemed to work pretty good there, and each of these characters are going to have to be programmed into the EEPROM. And as I stated earlier, these are the actual columns on the keypad. There's 8 columns. Okay, and these address locations, each tactile switch has its own address. Okay, and they're fixed in the program, so these don't change. The only thing that changes is the decimal value that these keys correspond to. Okay, so we can put any character up here from the ASCII table by just changing the decimal value down here. Okay, so it's pretty clean cut. It's pretty easy, and that's going to be about it for now. And once this EEPROM is programmed, it'd be time to install the IC chips into the Key Easy 4017 chaser encoder, and we'll put some buttons on it, and we should be able to get it up and operating. And then after that, we will go and we will build this keypad. Okay, so that's it for now. I'll catch you on the next video.